angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And boom, we're back. Episode 4. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying this process. It's been fun. I feel like my video editing skills is taking it up another notch. So, all these stuff you're gonna see, like all these sketches that I'm gonna put out, it's gonna be all immature because I'm immature, But I was mature at a very young age. I was a father at a young age, so I'm very immature now. Like, my kids are good. I did what I had to do. My kids are good. Now it's time for daddy to be immature. So when you see all these videos, you can be like, is this guy really 35? Because all the shit I'm doing right now with video editing, like, I shouldn't have learned this because I'm doing so much immature things. And yes, you're going to see them. And I already got a few flags, but they let me put it up anyway. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying this process. It's been fun. But okay, this topic, I'm doing the porn and OnlyFans. I can talk all day on this, honestly, because I was a young pervert at a young age. So, there's so much to say, but like I said, I want to keep these at 30 minutes. So, let's see if I could try to go through this fast, but we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. But let me start it off where it all began, right? And if my parents are watching this, so what? I'm 35, I live in my own house, so what the fuck, But this is going to be funny if they're listening to this. So, all right, how I discovered it on my own. We're talking porn right now. How I discovered it on my own. So I remember in my house, found a VHS tape. Oh, showing my age. So if you guys don't know what that is, and probably a lot of you don't, VHS, I don't even know what the fuck it stands for. It's been that long. But you had this black rectangle tape that you put in a thing called a VCR. What does VCR stand for? Have no idea. I think it's video cassette recorder, I think it is, but I really never had any idea what it was called. I just called it a VCR because everybody called it VCR, right? Remember, you put this black little rectangle thing in the VCR, which, let me tell you about VCRs. For those who don't know about VCRs, right? So this is the funny thing with VCRs, right? So back in the day, if you were poor, you had that VCR that was just loud as shit. I mean, it was so goddamn loud. Everybody knows you're watching a movie. If you had the cheap VCRs, but now if you got the expensive VCRs, you got like that quiet mode where you barely hear the tape go in. But anyway, you had to take this black rectangle tape that had film in it. You put it in, right? So my VCR, the ones that were in my parents' house, you put it in. It was like you had to hit an open button, so it was like, and then you put the tape in. That made a loud noise. Then you had to push it down, and then you had to rewind, you had to fast forward, you had to play, right? So if it was in the middle and you want to see at the beginning, hit the rewind button, extra loud. The VCR I had, you hit the rewind button, it was like real loud. And then when it stopped, it made like this loud, it was like spa, spa. So everybody know you rewounded something and it stopped, right? So even when you hit play or stop, it always made this loud popping sound, like pop, pop, pop. But then, when you got more money and you got the more expensive VCRs, you didn't hear shit. It was all like on silent mode. So, but yeah, I remember I was with my twin uncles, and this is going to be funny if they watch it. So with my twin uncles, we're in a room, we found the tape, we put it in, right? And this is how you could tell I was destined to be a genius, the genius that I am. Because I remember looking at the film and I'm like, hey, you got to remember, we got to put this right back to the exact same spot. See, that's the thing with VHS tapes. You know, it wherever you left off is where it's gonna pick back up again. And so I was like, see, this is at this exact point, so we got to make sure it's at this exact point so nobody knows we watched it. And then they looked at me like I was a genius, and I was like, yes, I am a genius. So, you know, we always had to memorize where the fucking thing left off, and then we watch it, right? Which was always weird. I don't know if anybody ever found that weird, watching porn with somebody else that's, you know, like not your significant other, like just watching porn with a friend was the weirdest thing. I remember I was watching porn with my uncles. I'm like, oh, you know, thinking about it now, I'm like, oh, how nasty was that shit? But anyway, so we put it in, we're watching it, and, you know, at that moment I was, you know, just, I don't know why, I just found it all funny. Like, they're having sex and wherever, and it's just, I'm just laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing. My uncles are looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And I don't know if it was because I was nervous. I just remember laughing my ass off. I'm like, you know, at parts you shouldn't be laughing at. There'll be like insertion and all this shit, and I'm just like, ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, ha. And my uncle's like, okay, we could tell you're not at the age where you should be watching this. And I wasn't, you know, I don't remember the age, but let me tell you, I don't even think I was 15. I don't even think I was 13, tell you the truth. Maybe I can ask them after this when they're all uncomfortable after hearing this shit on YouTube and see if they remember my age. But I guarantee you I wasn't even 13. But, so yeah, that's how I first discovered it on my own, right? And then, remember, I met this friend, right? It's still like, he's a brother to me now. And I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to put him out there like that. I actually talked to him before this. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to put your name out there, but you're a very important part of the story, right? So, you know, the VHS tape I watched, it was called like Porn Legends, and I guess it had all the legends of the time. You know, there was like Ron Jeremy, Ginger Lynn, Tracy Lord, Peter North, all those dudes, right? John Holmes, right? It was normally a bunch of hairy dudes with giant dicks, and you know, I guess blonde women were popular back then. Anyway, so I remember I go to my friend's house, and he was the first person I met that had a damn porn collection that was like, it was like categorized. It was like A through Z. Like, he had it organized, and there was a gazillion. It was like a flash drive. It was like a flash drive and a computer filled with it, right? And he just had like, you could just like pick a name, pick a letter, and he had it, right? So I remember going over to his house, right? And he started showing me some videos, and I'm like, what the hell? And some of his favorites, which is also weird, you know, sharing favorites. I actually do that now at this age. I have a friend that sometimes he hits me up on IG. I ain't gonna put names out there, but he hits me up. He'll just name a star. He'll be like, yo, you got to check out like Riley Reid. And I'm like, okay, sure, you know, but yeah, that's what he did. He started introducing me to all these, you know, people that he liked to see, right? So that's when I met like the gentleman whose dicks are enormous. Like that's when I first saw that, and I was like, what the hell? Like, he has introduced me to Justin Slayer, all these, Mr. Marcus, Prince Yeshua, or whatever the fuck he said. I call him the guy with the Timberland boots and knee pads. He's the only porn star you'll see with Timberland boots and knee pads, and I respect that. But and then Mandingo. Man freaking Dingo. The first time I saw Mandingo's Dingo, I was in shock. It's literally, no lie, it's me. It's my size. Just picture me dark, really dark, between this guy's legs, and that was his penis. That was his penis. It was just me between his legs, dark. And I was like, I didn't even know they make them in that size. But yeah, I couldn't even watch his stuff. It was just like, you look at his, you look at yours, you look at his, and you're like, oh, well, I'm never going to make anyone happy. And I'm guessing that's what all guys did. Because not unless there was one guy like, hey, same size, but I doubt it. Most of the guys are just like, wow, okay, he's superior than all others. But anyway, so that's when I got into those, right? But this is how it's funny. Because remember, I'm from up north, you know, from New Jersey. So in this place in New Jersey, right? It was the spot. It didn't have a name. We're just gonna call it the spot, right? So it was by a Jersey Fried Chicken. It was like a, I don't know, somebody made like some bootleg ass KFC, but everything at that place, Jersey Fried Chicken, was delicious. I think that it's still up. The spot, the cops raided that shit and it's gone. But at the time, it was people keep saying Disneyland is the greatest place on earth. It's just like, who the fuck's saying that? And if you're old and you're saying that, do something else. Find another place. If you think Disneyland is the greatest place on earth and you're like fucking in your 40s. I heard somebody say that. They're like, Disneyland is so awesome. And he was 45. And I was like, oof. Go visit a fucking pyramid or something. I'm like, it's embarrassing, dude. I didn't even respond. I just looked at him. Okay. Anyway, to me, this was Disneyland, right? Because this is what you got. You go to Jersey Fried Chicken, which was like literally a step away. You get some whatever. They have giant burgers, chicken, fries, whatever, greasy shit. And then right next to it was the bootleg spot, right? The spot. So this is what you get at that spot. You get a white tee, crisp white tee, like really white tee. And that's popular back then. If you guys don't remember that, it was long white tee dresses, whatever the fuck. But everybody had them, right? So you get a white tee. You get the latest mixtape. And I was huge on this. I used to collect them all. You'll hear about artists before they even fucking came out with anything, right? Like back in the day, like it was like I knew about Joe Budden before Joe Budden even came out type of thing, They have like the stuff that they made on underground or something. And when they say underground, I really think it's underground somewhere. Because, I'm immature. So I'm thinking they're in the fucking sewer and they're making a mixtape. Anyway, you get white tee, you get a mixtape, you get bootleg movie. And I'm talking real bootleg movie. Like you see people walking, you hear people laughing type thing. That type of bootleg movie. You get the bootleg movie, which I didn't mind back in the day. I didn't mind. Anyway, and then they had their little adult section. But they mixed it in well with the movies. So you just like, you'll be looking and you're like, okay, I'm looking for Jurassic Park. And you'll see something like Jurassic Asses or something. You're like, what the fuck? What is Jurassic Asses? So you pick it up and you see like some naked women on the cover. And you're like, oh, what is this? Right? And I remember the first time I did that. It wasn't Jurassic Asses, but I'm going to tell you. It was a series that I got hooked on to. And I wanted like the whole damn collection. But I remember I was looking for a movie. I was looking for a kung fu movie, actually. And then I saw this series. I picked it up, right? And I looked over, because everybody was naked. So I looked over at the guy, right? I looked over at the bootleg guy, and he's like this. He's like, it's good, bro. Mind you, I don't think I was even 16. I swear I was like 13, 14. And he looks at me, he's like, it's good, right? So I had money. I'm looking at him, and he was like, let me tell you something. They didn't give a shit, how old you were. They'll sell you whatever, right? They didn't give a shit. So he looked at me, and I never understood their deals. Like, people in the hood, I never understood their deals. They were like, he was like, yeah, man, it's 3 for 1. It's 2 for 7, but 3 for 16. And you're like, What? I was like, I know I've been bad at math all my life. I'm still bad at math. And then there's new math. Fuck it. But yeah, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, yeah, man, 1 for 3, 2 for 7, 3 for 16. I'm like, but wait, if I buy 1, it's $3. If I get 2, it's $6, right? Because $3 per tape, and then if I get 3, it's 9. He's like, no, 3 for 16. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so I ended up getting 1 because, I didn't have that money back in the day. And plus, his mathematics were all fucked up. And they were all fucked up. Anyway, anytime you got something in the hood, it never made sense. Never made sense. You bet white tees, 20 for 100. You're like, what? Okay, anyway. So, ended up getting the tape. And the name of the series was called My Baby Got Back, right? Now, if you Google that series, you see how old I am. But yeah, it was called My Baby Got Back. So I remember getting the series, got volume 1, and they made a gazillion volumes. And I think they probably still making them. I don't even know about it. But anyway, Remember, I used to go back into it and like, and they didn't care, man. They didn't care. There was actually one point, I mean, I was already old enough that they started asking you, what was your age? But they didn't card you or anything. They'd be like, how old are you? You could lie. I could looked at him. I'm like, I'm 47. And they'd be like, oh, okay, here you go. I think they just asked just to ask. But so anyway, I remember going back and getting the whole fucking, like, you know, and then I'll be mad when I missed the volume and shit. They'll be like, I'm like, yeah, I'm coming from volume 7. They're like, oh man, we all sold out. We got 8 though. I'm like, oh damn, you're gonna break up the sequence. I gotta see it in order, you know. Like it wasn't a movie like the fucking Avengers where you had to see them in order. Then it didn't pick up where one left off. But I just like to see them in order because I was pervert. So anyway, and that's when I started getting into all these other fucking things. But see, like, and I'm gonna compare it to like what I see now, but back in the day, it was simple, right? Kept it simple. And this is what I was talking about, this Tory Lanez and the other thing. That whole, I'm going to put you in 70 positions for 70 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That was ridiculous, right? Because, you know, there's a comedian. I think he said it best. And I have it saved on my Instagram. And I should forward it after I put, you know, this video out. He said it best. He said, there's only 3 positions. You on top, her on top, and you smash it from behind, and that's it. He was like, all this other shit you guys are doing, the flying monkey, the wheelbarrow, and all that. What are you doing? This ain't fucking Cirque du Soleil, you know. Keep it basic. You know, everybody's like, oh, you got to do the fucking. Have you did the Cobra? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to throw out my back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just like. With these, I mean, there's others now that I feel like they're mandatory, but we're gonna go on to that. But like, yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like anything where I'm hanging, or they'll be like, yeah, you have to be off the bed, your head has to make contact with the ground, your fingers have to be poised up. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, so after getting into that series, you know, and then the whole internet came out, and then you go on the internet and see, and now this is where like the whole, like I saw the whole different. I was born in a time era where I saw it all. I feel like, even though I'm young, but like you went from hairy to nude. You had to be nude, and now like it's like up in the air. Like people don't know whether to be hairy, have a little hair, be nude. So it's just weird, right? But anyway, like everything you see now, it's either nude or like they're undecided. But what else? Going to the internet now. Let's fast forward. So fast forwarding to like now, right? Now I am like, since I've been watching porn at the youngest of ages. Now I see stuff. I don't even want to watch it no more. Like everything now is spitting. Ugh. And zoom in on that. Ugh. Everything I watch, it's so much goddamn spit. It is disgusting. To me, that's disgusting. I mean, I saw one where the cameraman accidentally pointed at the ground, and there was pools of fucking spit. Now I was so disgusted. I just like, I wanted to just fucking throw the phone out of the shower. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what the fuck is going on? I seen one. I hit play, go on the hub, see whatever's, you know, trending, whatever. I hit play, and then it was just spit. I mean, everything these days is just spit, and it was like, ugh. I don't know about you guys. That shit's not for me. I don't want, you know, clean up on aisle 6 when we're done. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that fucking crazy. But yeah, I'm just like, all the new shit, I'm just like, ugh. I can't even, I always watch the old shit now because I can't even stand the new stuff. It's just, it's so fucking, just, you know, and then you hear these songs like, yeah, spit. I remember like when I worked at Timberland, damn, I'm putting so much people out on this episode. It's so, I worked at Timberland. I was assistant manager. There was a girl there. She's talking to me and my friend, the friend that actually had the collection, right? she's talking to me and my friend, and she was like, you know what guys like? And I was like, oh, I always can't wait to hear when somebody says, you know what guys like, because, you know, we're guys. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear this. So, you know what guys like? She's like, they like it when you spit on your finger and you rub it down their spine. And I was like, oh. I looked at her like, what? Where'd you get that fucking information from? And then I'm glad I looked over at my friend and he thought the exact same thing. Like, if he would have been like, you know, yeah, that's right, I would have been like, oh man, then what the fuck I'm doing with my life? But right, I remember looking over at him and he was grossed the fuck out, and I was like, okay, so yeah, this is not normal. So I remember looking at her, I was like, I don't know who you messing with, but that's fucking disgusting. Like, stop the whole spit shit. I mean, spit should be used like not as much as it's being used. It's gotten out of control. But anyway, we're gonna move it on because I'm gonna throw up. But what we have? Oh, okay. There's this thing. I'm gonna put the picture up, right? So you're gonna have to see the video. There's this thing that's going around that's trending. It's I don't know if it's cosplay, but it's always a girl with like either a colored hair, like blue, pink, fucking purple, whatever the fuck, and she always has her eyes crossed and she's making a face like this, right? And that's supposed to be popular right now. They're saying all the guys like that, and you go on these sites and they're saying trending. I'm like, I don't get it. And like, they make a stupid face the whole time, you know, they're having sex. It's a stupid face. They have that face the whole time. They're like, ooh. And I'm like, how the fuck, who likes this shit? I can't stop laughing. The whole damn thing. Like, it's like, how can you take that serious? The whole thing now, ooh. And they're like, oh, you know, guys love this right now. And apparently they do, because it's like up there. And I'm like, I guess I'm so basic, you know? I'm so basic. I'm going to put that on there. So basic, because that's what I am. Because I don't understand all these people liking this shit and all these weird ass fetishes. But I'm like, not me. You know, take me back. Take me back in the day before all the spit started fucking accumulating. But there's that, and there's like I was telling my friend the other day, right? Because he came up and he's like, so what are you watching? I was like, man, I ain't watching none of this shit anymore. I told him the same thing, like, all this spit shit, I'm not watching none of this. And I was like, you know what I'm into? I'm into parody porn. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's basically, they take a movie, right? So Avengers, right? And they make it XXX. I'm a fan. That's what I'm watching now. Because, you know, that's what you want to see now, right? You want to see Iron Man, you know, bone Black Widow. You want to see it. Because I want to see that in the movies, but they don't put it in the movies. So that's what I want to see. But a lot of people don't like it. I feel like that's everybody's least favorite. But I become a fan. Like, I dressed as the Grinch on Christmas, right? And I remember I went on the Hub, and they were like, how the Grinch stole Christmas, XXX. And I remember watching the whole goddamn thing, laughing my ass off. And I was like, this is my thing. I want to be parody porn. And plus, one of those videos that I said immature I'm trying to drop, it's a little spoof on that. So look out for that. And you're going to just be like, God, this guy needs to grow up. But yeah, I'm into parody stuff and I'm into reality now. Like real stuff. And this is going to lead me to, you know, everybody let me slow down. But yeah, I'm into reality stuff now, right? So reality stuff, I want to see like real people doing it and like real timing and not fucking, you know, this production. Like if you go to any of these, you know, sites, I feel like they have to have an hour of material, and I'm like, no, too long. Anyway, so I'm into the reality stuff because it's like real life shit, and you want to see real life shit. You want to see, you know, all this camera and makeup and, you know, fake noises. You want to see what really happens, right? So I'm into the reality stuff now, but not POV. Hey, POV sucks. Don't watch POV. It's just weird, right? That's for like virtual reality shit. But anyway, so I'm watching like reality stuff, and this leads me into OnlyFans. And it's funny because when I mentioned OnlyFans in episode 1, so much people on my DMs were like, "Oh, I want OnlyFans episode, OnlyFans episode, OnlyFans episode." So I'm hoping they got scammed like me, or they're just interested in it. They probably saw it and they want to know about it. But let me tell you about OnlyFans. My experience with OnlyFans. I don't know anybody else's experience. So I tried 2 people that I were interested in seeing, right? So I'm not gonna name drop either. But I was like, all right, I want to see this because it's their real life. It's like with their real boyfriend, not their fucking the porn star that they're banging that day. So it's their real boyfriend, and, their real life, their real place, real angles, real time. So I'm like, I'm interested, right? So the first time I'm on Twitter, I see this girl. She's like, yeah, I'm doing my OnlyFans now. And I'm like, interesting. So I click on it, and then there's these tiers, right? $30 a month if you subscribe, monthly, and then, they go 50, and for the year, like, it's always 130 or some shit. But I was like, let me try the monthly because I want to see something. I'm curious. So I saw the trailer, and I'm like, ooh, I want to see more. So I go on OnlyFans, I click the cheapest one, $30 a month, right? Boom. Look for the video I want to see. Click it, right? And I noticed the time has the exact same time that I saw that was on Twitter. It was like, I was like, this is still the like trailer thing. So I'm like, maybe it goes on, or maybe something is a glitch, right? I hit play, and I'm seeing the exact same thing I saw on the fucking Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck? And then at the end of the video, it goes, to unlock this video, it's $25. And you're like, what? I'm confused. I was like, I just subscribed for your monthly, the $30 a month. And they were like, to unlock this video, it's $25. And you're like, wait a second. I'm like, did it not pay? And you start questioning everything. You're like, wait, did they take the 30? Is there a glitch? What the fuck is going on, right? So I go and I see that they took the money, and I'm like, okay. I was like, this is so confusing. But I'm interested now. I need the experience, right? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Maybe it's a glitch. $25. I pay the $25. $55 in. $55 in on one fucking scene. And that's just madness right there. But I was like, I'm in. Let's go all the way, right? So, all right. Then I see it unlocks a full thing. I'm like, see the thing? And I'm like, okay. So this is the full video. Hit play. Video's going. And it comes time for the ending, right? Everybody knows what happens at the end, right? So it gets there, and then it says, bloom. For the ending of this video, tip $12. And I'm like, I'm in shock. I'm literally in shock. Whatever I was doing just stopped. It just stopped. I was like, huh? All those question marks popped in my head. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. I'm like, are they reversing payments? What's going on? They're like, yeah, to see the end of this video, tip $12. So I'm upset, raging. I'm like, you already got $55 from me. You want me to tip you $12? This is all for one goddamn scene. One scene. I could join a damn site for unlimited scenes for less than that amount of money, right? So I'm like, hey, I'm all in. I mean, I need the full experience so I can talk about it, so I can, complain about it later on this fucking thing. So I'm like, all right, here's $12. So mad. I'm so mad right now. I never paid this amount of money for one goddamn scene, right? And then the scene, right? I tipped the $12, and then the scene was like, and end. so pissed. It was like dead silence. I can't do dead silence on here right now because then people, listening are gonna be like, what? What's going on? Right? But I was silent and I had the face like. So whatever I was doing, it just stopped, and I was just so angry. Didn't even want to continue. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking cancel. Like right now, the thing is now, like I have that clip. I own that clip. Kind of. It's weird. Like they let you have that clip or whatever, but I'm just like, don't want it. Don't want this fucking $70 clip, whatever the hell it was. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm so mad, but I was like, that must just be her. So I'm like, never looking at any of her scenes again. I'm like, never again. Trying something else, right? On Twitter, this is my second time. This is my last time, right? On Twitter again, same thing. Saw somebody I was interested in. And you think I would learn my lesson. I'm like, oh, gotta see this, right? And I'm going to say this guy's name because, you guys should be following him. I feel like I try to mimic his style now. This guy called Ricky Johnson. Look him up. On Twitter, he's called Ricky Behavior. Look him up. But his style, I like his style. His style is like my style. That's my style. You know what I'm saying? So I relate. But, he has a gigantic penis. I don't. Anyway, but, so I was like, I'm going to check this out, right? Oh, my God. Same thing. He had a cheaper tier, though. It's like 10. And I was like, cool. 10. Boom. Saw the scene I was interested. Unlock. 20. Okay. Boom. Same thing happened. Ooh, I'm lying. There was a third one. Same thing happens, and I'm like, okay, this is how they get you, man. This is how they get you. And this is how they make so much fucking money. I have a friend. This is not even porn. I have a friend. Does OnlyFans. Puts her feet. Let's just say she's living well right now. And if she's watching, good for you. Good for you. I wish I had nice feet. She's living very well right now. And I asked him just feet? Just feet. Nothing else. Just corn and bunions and all that shit. And I'm like, if you got nice feet, ladies, just make fucking money off it. Why not? Why not? But anyway, the third time. Let me tell you the third time. There was, what's her name? I should put her name on it. This one pissed me off the most because it was a subscribe. It was unlocked, but they were both cheap, right? But the tip part was expensive, so that's how they get you. They're like, oh, it's only $5 now, right? So it's $5, and then $5 to unlock the thing. I'm like, this ain't bad. The other ones fucking ripped me off, and I'm still upset. But then here's the thing, right? So the video, her boyfriend, and this is how, like, as soon as I unlocked the video, I seen the timing on it. I'm like, this is quick. It said like a minute and 6. I'm like, this better not be a fucking trailer, right? A minute and 6. So I hit play, and I'm a little nervous when I hit play. I hit play, and the guy goes, he puts it in, and he makes this sound. He goes like this. Oh, fuck. And I hit pause. Because you know why I hit pause? I know that. Oh, fuck. And every guy watching this, they know that. Oh, fuck. When you say that, it's time. So I knew it. I'm like, I heard that. I hit pause. I'm like, there's no way this video is going to end right now. No way it's going to end right now, right? So I hit play. I'm like, let me resume. I got a little nervous. Hit play. Click, click. And then 1 stroke, 2 stroke, and then he this is what I heard. Oh, fuck. And I was like, it's over. And yep, it was over. It was over. So did I pay, $25 for a, fucking 10-second scene? And that just ended my OnlyFans experience right there. But yeah, I knew it was over because I know that word. I know that expression. And all men know that expression. When you go in there and you say, oh, fuck, and you make that face like, oh, fuck, you know it's over. So I was so mad. Like, I was like, I knew it. I can't believe I did this shit again. So anyway, That's OnlyFans. And if you had that experience, let me know. Because that's how they got my ass. I mean, 3 times. 3 times. I mean, this is how they make all that money. If you see them, they make all that money. And it's crazy because I'll never do it again. Like, I know what it is now. I know the hustle. Good for you. Not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen anymore. I don't even know why it happened 3 times. I really wanted to see a scene, I guess. But shit. But yeah. That was over. But what... and that's my only thing. Like, I didn't have any other experience with OnlyFans. Like, I'm curious to see what everybody else had. But if you haven't been on OnlyFans, I know there was one friend who was asking me, he never been on it, he wanted to try. I told him, don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm gonna tell people, don't do it. I mean, unless you balling. If you got money like that, just be fucking tipping people and throwing money around like that, cool. You know, I don't. So I'm not gonna do it. And plus, everything out there is free. You can probably find it somewhere else free. So, but yeah, that's my OnlyFans experience. It's so upsetting. I'm thinking about the last one and I'm like, oh, that was so fucking upsetting. Oh, fuck. Who doesn't know that? You everybody should know that. Ladies and men. You know when they say that, it's over. But yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Let me see. I think that was it. I mean, I had the, you know, the cosplay, but that kind of tied into, like, you know, the parody stuff. You know, like now I see everybody like, oh, why is everybody doing fucking Naughty Dora? Like, is there no other characters? I see Naughty Dora a gazillion times, and I see Naughty, what's her name? Thelma from Scooby-Doo. I never even watched Scooby-Doo like that. I mean, I seen some episodes to hang in a conversation. I wasn't like a Scooby-Doo person. But yeah, it's always Naughty Dora and Naughty Thelma and Laura Croft from Tomb Raider. I'm like, is there no other fucking characters? I mean, there's Black Widow. And yep, see, look, I went to go list a bunch. I just had Black Widow up, Wonder Woman. There you go. I mean, fucking make something up. I'm like, why do I always see, you know, Naughty Dora? I'm like, who the fuck wants to see Dora? You ever seen that cartoon? Anyway, yeah, I just wanted, like, I'm already past the 30-minute mark, and I want to keep it at 30 minutes, because honestly, I could turn this to, like, a 2-hour segment. I could drop more names and humiliate more people, but I'm not going to do it. But, let me see. I don't know what's going to be the next episode. Probably a bunch of things. Maybe work, maybe working out. I don't know yet. But you know me, I go off the top of the dome, so it might be just a fucking rambling session. Anyway, I started the workout thing. You're going to see that. And I'm trying to make it a little fun because it's, if you look at it, it is boring. Like, even when I look at other people's stuff, I mean, you see somebody eat and you see somebody work out, and like, how much of that shit do you want to see? But I'm going to say, you know, how I feel during all these things, you know, because sometimes, like, especially when I gotta get up at 4 a.m. to work out, I am the crankiest motherfucker in the gym. Like, people be coming up to me, I just be like mean mugging the shit out of them. That's why I'm hoping I could start filming out of the gym. Like, don't talk to me at 4 a.m. in the gym. All right. So I started filming that. I think I'm gonna post that Friday, so you guys start seeing a little bit of it. But yeah, and like I said, look out for all these immature sketches that I got coming out, and they're very immature. A lot of dropping of pants, and it was fun filming it because I was in this field, and you know, there's people around, so like they're wondering, hey, why this guy just pulled his jeans down in the middle of a fucking field? I might get arrested in one of these videos, and you guys could see it, get it recorded. But hold on, let me go over my notes, make sure I got everything. That's the thing, man. I always forget something. Like with the TikTok thing, I forgot to tell you, there was a guy who makes he made money on his TikTok. All he does, he talks about choking women, not killing them, like choking them sexually, which goes with this episode. But he that's all he does. Every fucking thing I see of his, and I forgot to mention that on TikTok episode. He's like, this is how you choke a woman. This is how you choke a woman. This is how you choke. I'm like, how much fucking things are you gonna make of this? And how much? And then people like him. I'm like, there's only so much ways. I'm like, what the fuck? And each way he does the same thing over and over. And I'm like, and he got me watching it. I guess that's how he got everybody else watching it. But I never liked the shit because I'm like, you're saying the same thing in every video. But see, I missed that on TikTok. And I feel like the next one I'm going to miss something. So I'm going to bring up porn again. But anyway, what's up? Man boobs. I got man boobs. Somebody wanted me to do something on that. I might do work. We'll see. We'll see. I'll post it because I'm post trailers and everything. But anyway, damn, I'm way over time. Way over time. So thanks for watching. You know, like and subscribe and all that shit. And if you don't know how, I'm going to make a fucking video how. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of people watching me at work. And, you know, subscribe. Subscribe. You want to listen to more? Subscribe. And like I said, I'm putting out all types of crazy shit. So look out for that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.